Happy Saturday. This is Lee Watts with Ashby and Watts Consulting. I am your Chief Dot Connector, helping entrepreneurs and leaders connect the dots with their business and with their ministries and organizations with marketing, strategy, and leadership. So I hope that you all are having a fabulous Saturday today. I am going to talk about a topic that, thank you for the hearts. Of course, I love getting hearts. Hello, Tiffany. How are you? Good to see you. And hi, Brenda. I saw you join as well. Please give me the hearts. Please share this broadcast. This is a really great, hey, Brenda, this is a really great topic. And for the most part, I'm preaching to the choir because if you're on Periscope, more than likely you are already very good in social media and doing your part on social media. I'm doing well, Tiffany. We have to connect sooner or later, soon. I really keep up with you on social media, and it looks like you're doing well, but I definitely want to talk to you. And that kind of leads us to this topic today about is social media absolutely necessary in marketing and branding? I have run across a few clients and a few people that I've worked with or just talked to, and they're not really big on social media. And so the question is, can you really market effectively or brand yourself or brand your business if you're not on social media or if you're not an active participant on social media? And because I am a strong believer in social media, my answer would be no, you cannot do it as effectively as you need to without the help of social media. So I'm just going to provide a few, just 5 top reasons on why social media is very important when you're marketing and branding yourself. And this is really for people who are serious about their personal brand and about marketing their business. And I want to say serious mainly because I want to make it clear that everyone has a brand, whether you're intentional about creating it or whether it just happened to come upon you. There is a story that you are telling people already. And so one of my big beliefs and one of the core foundations of my business is for you to be intentional and take control of the story that you're telling to others. So that is pretty much the essence of personal branding. The essence of marketing your business is you are being intentional and being strategic in how you tell your story. So social media helps to tell that story. So even if you're not a big believer in social media and you don't do it that often, even your lack of telling your story or lack of telling whatever it is on social media, that tells a story as well. So let's say you have an account or you have a business, but you never post or you very rarely post. People create their own stories just based on sometimes your inactivity. So there's always a story being told. So why not take more control over the story? So here are 5 reasons why I believe that social media is important in branding and marketing, and it is absolutely necessary. So even if you are not a big social media person, pay someone to do it for you. Hire an intern, a 17-year-old that loves social media, and have them manage your social media account. So one thing, obviously, is brand awareness. You want to make sure you get your story out there, your brand out there, and social media is the fastest way to do that. And one of the things I'd like to say, first of all, yes, you can stand on a corner with a poster, with your sign up, your logo up, and people would drive by all the time and see it. But that's all that they would see about it. That's all that they would know. Social media, again, helps you tell a story. They see it consistency. Hopefully, if you're doing social media properly, they see a consistent story being told over and over again about who you are, who your brand is, what you believe in. Also, social media creates community. You have people that will follow you, that you have people that will like some of the things that you are saying. Twitter is one of the best ways to create community because Twitter is one of the social media platforms that you can basically talk to anyone in the world as long as you know their Twitter handle. It's not like Facebook where they have to be your friend or they have to like your page or anything like that. I wrote an article about Donald Trump and marketing, and I tagged him in it because social media allows you to tag and to tweet to someone that you don't have to be friends with. So that's kind of the beauty of Twitter, and just every social media platform has a pro and a con to it, and that's one of the pros to Twitter. But find out what it is you're trying to accomplish, and community can be created in all the different platforms. So creating community is one of the key elements to having a social media platform. Number 3, as I've mentioned several times, it tells your story. And that is, my friends, my beloved friends, that is the essence of social media. That is the essence of marketing and branding, is to tell your story. And why do you need to tell your story? Because people need to trust you in order to buy from you, and in order to use your services, in order to ask you to speak for them, or to buy your book, or to follow your blog, and all these other things that you want people to do. They want to trust you, and therefore they need to know your story. They need to know your why. Again, when I'm working with my clients, if you can't tell me your why, if you can't tell me what it is that moves you about your product or about your service, it's very difficult for me to brand you, because that is what I'm trying to sell, that aspect. I had a friend I was going to do some marketing and branding with. He'd been asking me for a while, and so I said, let's just do a 20. I knew he wasn't ready, but I said, let's just do a 20-minute session, just a free one, just to see if you're ready. And one of the first things I asked was, why is it that you want to create your company? What is it that you want to do? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I asked all those questions in various ways, and it all came down to, I want to make money. I want to be rich. I want to make this amount of money. I can't help you, because that's not a good enough why. That's not a good enough story for people to invest in you and buy from you. So knowing your why, knowing what moves you, what your values are connected to your business and to your services is absolutely essential. And that is what you are selling and telling on social media. Number 4, again, going back to one of the first points I made earlier, is that social media helps you to be intentional about your brand. Again, you already have a brand, whether you have not even started your business or you have not even put together your name, posted one thing about it. The very fact that you are alive tells me that you have a story. And you have a brand, and that social media will help you be more intentional about your brand. For instance, and I have this happen all the time where I work, and then even with some of my clients, a few of my clients, where something bad has happened in their career or something has kind of gone off course, and they want to turn that story around. And that's where I kind of help come in and do some crisis communication and things like that. So again, there is a story out there, whether you know it or not. Try Googling yourself and see what story is already being told about you. Or it could just be an in-person story. When you meet people, what you're saying to them, what you're communicating, it's creating an impression and a story that you can have more control with if you are on social media. And of course, we know I'm not promoting that we lie on social media, that it's all manipulation, that we just create whoever we want to be, because if you're not authentic, it will show, it will come out. So I'm all about being authentic and being who you are, and then telling that story. And then 5, the top reason, it's absolutely free. So I don't understand why people wouldn't take advantage of social media, especially if you have a business, because it is the easiest and the fastest way to get a message out about your product or your service or whatever it is that you're doing. So those are just some of the top 5 reasons why, yes, social media is extremely important if you have a brand or if you have a business. If you are not into social media, if it's not something that you want to do, then there are people, honestly, who will, you could pay them next to nothing to just manage your social media account for you. And I do want to say this, and this is probably part of another Periscope, but I'm not saying be on every single platform, because that is work. And especially if you have another job and this is something that you're trying to do on the side, who has time to manage 5 or 6 different platforms? Because all of them require something different. I'm also not a proponent of posting the same thing on every single platform. So keep that in mind as well. But find out which social media platforms work for you, work for your business, where your clients are, and you can communicate most effectively. Find out what those are, and then you dig deep in those. And even if you're starting out, I usually ask people to just do maybe 2, commit to just 2 social media platforms and go from there. And honestly, sometimes it's very different. I was talking to a client recently, and hers was LinkedIn because of what she was trying to do and where her audience is. Facebook was part of that, but LinkedIn needed to really be on the top of her list. So find out what your social media platforms are, where your audiences are, and dig deep in there. So again, those are my 5 points for why social media is important to your personal brand and marketing. Again, I am Lee Watts, your Chief Dot Connector with Ashby & Watts Consulting. And if you need any help with consulting or social media, yes, actually, Brenda, I was actually going to call you today. I'm going to call you right as soon as I'm done with this platform or this Periscope. Again, so if you need any help with social media or marketing or branding, or just have a question, feel free to email me. Thank you, Tiffany. Feel free to email me at Lee, L-E-E, at ashbyandwatts.com, or visit my website, Ashby and Watts. Oh, what is my website? ashbyandwatts.com, I think. Oh my gosh. I'm so used to just clicking on it. I can't remember what it is now, but I think it's ashbyandwatts.com. So, anyway, or visit me on Facebook or follow me on Twitter. Anyway, thank you so much. And Brenda, I will talk to you in just a few minutes. And you all have a fabulous Saturday. And I will, hopefully I'll see you soon, Tiffany. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.